Well, after watching somebody's video, I think it was Prime versus Prime video, I was like, I'm going to keep her. I wasn't sure if she was the best one. There's another one that's got like a really weird mustard color, which I'm like, no, thank you. Overall, I've heard this one was the best one, so let's get her out. And let's investigate for ourselves. I probably won't be transformed on camera. I've obviously never even transformed her. But I do want to give my first impressions of her. Now, if you want a great review, I guess you can go watch Prime versus Prime's review. He does some excellent reviews that I've seen so far. Usually I go to Bulk Matrix, but I didn't see him do one for this one. Maybe I just couldn't find it. All right, inside of her box, she's got some ties that you got to get rid of because they're keeping her from being able to escape. But she's a ninja. Do they really think these plastic ties are going to keep a ninja down? It's holding on, it's pinching it. That's why it's holding on to it. There we go. And then, let's see, she's got some back kibble that's holding on for dear life. All right, so fresh out of the package. The pictures on the box don't give it justice. When I was looking at the box, I was going, God, it's ugly. And then, but I looked at her and I was like, well, she doesn't look like that. Like this front line right here, it looks awful. She's much more compact in real life. So that's the one thing I noticed, that usually they do better on the box art than they do on the actual toy themselves. All right, there's a lot of kibble here I need to either get rid of. I know there's a way to do it. And I saw Prime versus Prime do it, but that was last night. This is a new day. Let's just leave it there for now. I want to look at some of the more distinguishable things, like that clear part on her head makes it look really cool. She's got those red eyes like she is glaring at you, or actually it's orange, but oh well. And then Prime versus Prime was talking about how they use the car doors to make like the skirt, because, you know, ninjas have skirts. Well, technically they don't. That's a samurai mode. There's also some about this that we're talking about. So I just wanted to give you my first impressions of her and how I think it's a nice looking robot overall. I do think the legs are weird and kind of two-dimensional, but I don't know. I think it works fine. She does have a sword. Oh, here it is. It's in the package. So don't throw the package away before you get that sword out. He did say something about there should have been 2 swords according to the movie, and he thinks that something about it showed that there should have been 2 swords, and they originally did, but probably they just didn't. You know, budget. So for articulation, she's got a double jointed knee. She's got these high heel shoes, you know, because ninjas always wear high heels. Well, that's actually a hinge joint and a swivel. So she's not got a ball joint in the crotch like a lot of the figures do. She's got a rotation at the thigh. I did hear that she doesn't have wrist articulation, which, does she need it? I mean, you could just do like this if you want her to hold the blade sideways. And then she can have, you know, Gensu action. Whoosh, it chops, it dices. Let's see, that's all hinges. She's got a ball in the shoulder, ball joint. And this part will probably disappear as soon as I start messing with it a little bit more. But my first impressions are, looks good. It's kind of weird that she almost has like tail feathers on here and a few other places. But she is, after all, Nightbird. So even though she turns into a car, the Nightbird theme is still prevalent, which is clever. I like how they use that. And even her head looks kind of like a bird head. It reminds me a lot of Raiden from the Brave series in the 70s. It's very similar to his head. So that's really cool. I mean, I don't know. The original Nightbird was just a robot built by Japan, but it became sentient because the Decepticons messed with it. So I think that's very cool that it's got a little bit more to it. So back in the 80s, when you were watching Transformers, did you think Nightbird would ever come back? I just thought she was a one and done deal. I did think she was cool because, number one, she was a ninja. But if she did get transforming abilities back then, what did you think she would have became? I mean, I was thinking a bird since she's a Nightbird. But what did you think? Let me know below. I want to hear what you think. And have a terrific Transformers Tuesday.